Toastmaster Vamshikrishna is going to give a CC5 project, and the title is How to Cook Happiness Unleashed. When asked about views about the team, he told to preach without practice is like asking others to dress up while you being good. You definitely need to practice what you preach, or else stop preaching if you don't practice. Now, let me ask specific Alladi the Toastmaster Ikshita in order to reach the objective for
Hi, Ikshita.
For CC5 are use sense, movements, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech purpose. Make your body language smooth and natural. Your timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All clear.
what on?
Sorry, Prem, you not announce my title. My title is How to Cook Happiness Unleashed. Okay, let me start now. Good evening, my dear friends. Aristotle, the greatest of the philosophers and the scientists our planet has ever produced, has said that the main aim or purpose of human life is to achieve our own happiness. There was a lot of speculation and there were a lot of unanswered questions in my mind. What is this? What about how is happiness? How to get the happiness? How can we retain? From where we can get? And so on. The list went on. Even I wondered whether the happiness can be searched from Google, or it is something which we can get from something which we can buy from Flipkart, or it is something which we can get from an app which can be downloaded from Play Store. A lot of crazy ideas. How? Then one day, I came across an excerpt from The Alchemist. The story goes like this. A shopkeeper sent his son to know about the secret of happiness from the wisest man in the world. Then the boy wandered in the scorching sun, in the deserts. He got himself drenched in the deluge. To the plains, he crossed the streams. He ascended and descended the mountains. And finally he came to the place where the wisest man in the world is supposed to be living. His heart was thumping, and there were lots of thoughts and questions gushing his mind. How the wisest man in the world will look like? Whether he's a sage with a lot of beard, a lot of people sitting beside him, getting all the sermons with disciples. How? Then when he entered the so-called castle in which the wisest man is living, he got shocked. The wisest man is the king, sitting in a throne. He's in his luxurious attire, studded with silk, gold and diamonds. And aside to him, there was an orchestra playing the soft music. And other side of him, there were tables on which placed the platters of most delicious food in the world. He was wondered, with all these luxuries, whether can I consider him as the wisest man in the world? Whether I will get what I wanted? Then he got his confidence back when he saw a lot of people standing on a row just to converse with that man. He understood, yes, these are not fools. They are standing in a big line waiting for hours just to converse with the wisest man, the king. Then there were tradesmen, farmers, engineers, artists, a lot of people who wanted to converse with the wise man. Then he stood in a row silently. After a couple of hours, he got his turn to converse with the wise man. Then the king asked, "My dear son, tell me about it. Why did you come and where did you come from?" Then he narrated how he came and where did he come from and for what he came. Then, "Okay, my dear son, it takes some time to explain what about the secret of happiness. Meanwhile, why can't you, and I don't have much time to, and so why can't you move around the palace and explore all the beauty in the palace? Because my palace is considered one of the beautiful palaces in the world, admired by a lot of people." Then he turned, following the words of the king. Then the king said, "Son, meanwhile, hold this spoon with 2 drops of oil in the spoon and he said, "Son, please take care of the oil in the spoon that it will not spill whenever you go across the palace." Then with utmost attention, he started moving with that spoon, and he ascended and descended and climbed on all the stairs, and he moved across all the palace. And he came 2 hours after 2 hours, the same room where wise man lived. "Okay, my dear son, so did you finish your exploring the palace?" "Yes." "Okay, good. Did you notice the great Persian tapestries hanging in the wall in the dining hall?" "No." "Then, did you see the beautiful garden which the master gardener took 10 years to construct?" "No." "Then, did you see the apartments in my library that are considered the most beautiful in the palace?" Then he said, "No." "Okay." Because his only attention was not to spill the drops which the wise man entrusted to him. He felt embarrassed and confessed the same to the king. Then the king, the wise man, he said, "But you need to look at all those beautiful places, then only I can deliver you the secret of happiness. And you cannot believe a man without knowing and without seeing his house, what are things are located in his house." "Okay." "Then you do one thing. You can go back and start exploring everything what I mentioned." Then he took again, started moving towards the path which he traveled back to 2 hours back. Then he saw all the beautiful things which the king mentioned a few minutes back were there. He saw the beauty of the walls, the ceiling, the architecture, the artistic, the connoisseur taste of the king. Everything. The beautiful valleys which are behind the glasses, the streams, everything. He came back with a lot of enthusiasm and confidence to the king. "Yes, I saw everything," and he detailed everything, whatever he saw in his exploration. "Okay. Son, then where are the 2 drops of oil?" Oops. He saw everything and he forgot about the 2 drops of oil, and the oil was gone. Yes. Then he said, the king, the wise man says like this, "My dear son, I can only say one thing to you. The secret of happiness lies in not forgetting whatever you have, that is the oil and the spoon, and to enjoy the marvels of the world." So, my dear friends and Toastmasters, what is the takeaway from this story for us? It is simple, that we can get happiness when we don't forget whatever is in our hands and we enjoy all the amenities in the life. In short, we should not live in hypocrisy, forgetting what we are. All the Toastmasters.